Alright, this is a weekly reading for Capricorn. And your playlist song is going to be Billy Joel, We Didn't Start the Fire. It's a cool little song. I think everybody's heard that song, but they didn't realize it was done by Billy Joel. So, I would look up that song. It's pretty cool. Anyway, the first card is going to be Stretch Yourself. So you might kind of be a little bit conservative of what you're doing, and you just don't want to be in like social situations, or you don't want to be flexible at work, or you don't want to have like flexible work hours or something. I feel like there's kind of an opportunity to have a little bit more in your paycheck, and you might not be wanting it at the moment because there's other things happening right now. So there's that. Alright, and then we have number 1. You right now is going to be the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is going to be work and business, a great opportunity, a chance for travel, an opportunity to trade internationally, expansion, working as a team, rapid growth, help from others, looking ahead. So there's probably a collaboration or something going on. You might be an influencer, you might be meeting family or something, but there's like a big collaboration happening. Yeah, and it could be work and business related. You could be traveling for work, basically. So we have number 2. Number 2 is week's theme, which is the Queen of Cups. It's going to be in reverse, but since it's a playing card, you know. So, love, family, relationship. So, it's in reverse. And it's going to be stupidity, naivety, obsessed with somebody, overlooks. Let's see. The obvious for the sake of love. So you overlook the obvious for the sake of love and commitment. Maybe not wanting to be alone or something. Insecurity and dependence or codependency. So you might be in a relationship for the sake of not being alone, or for the sake of not having to make decisions by yourself. A lot of people do this. A lot of people kind of stick around in relationships that are kind of stagnant, but having somebody there makes up for the fact of your own social needs. Maybe you don't want to be seen alone, you don't want to be vulnerable, you don't want to be, kind of in a situation. But if it was going to happen, it would have happened. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're with somebody or not. It's going to happen if it's going to happen. Nice reality, right? But yeah, it doesn't matter if you're with somebody or not. Usually you do some stuff on your own because you feel that security at home, so you don't feel like you need it all the time. So just be careful. I feel like there's a lot of things that you might feel secure about, but actually are kind of more of like a codependency thing just for the sake of having makes it secure. Alright, so number 3, we have challenge. We have the Hierophant, which is religious, or religion in general, and leaders. So, marriage, commitments, tradition, continued, ethics, good advice, morality, forgiveness for past transgressions, and conformity. So, you might be conforming to a lifestyle of commitment or to whatever your partner deems worthy, which is very difficult to maintain, and it's also difficult to overlook a lot of flaws about your partner when they do that. When they take total control over the relationship, you start picking up flaws, like they didn't do this and they didn't do that, but they said that they were going to do this and they didn't. So it's kind of like a two-way street as far as that's concerned. You lose control and then you kind of nitpick at everything. So it's a very difficult situation. And if you were really in love with somebody, you wouldn't be nitpicking everything. So it's that type of mentality that kind of raises a lot of red flags. But anyway, we have number 4. Number 4 is going to be lessons to remember, which is the Four of Wands in reverse, but since it's playing card, who knows? So it's work and business in reverse. So you're introverted, lack of support, you're too attached to what you're used to, home conflicts, you don't like to meet new people, transgressions, a need for belonging. So you're kind of in a relationship for the sake of being in a relationship. There's no real, like, oh my gosh, I love this person feelings. There's, I like this person, I like cake as well. Like, that's on the same level. You like cake, you like this person. It's not love related. It's more of like a friendship or like a codependency that kind of developed into, hey, I'm comfortable with this person, we're getting married. There's no like, oh my gosh, our relationship's gonna be so much fun, we're gonna grow as a team, we're gonna do this, this, and this. We're gonna try to raise kids, we're gonna actually take on the world by storm type of thing. It's more of like, I'm gonna stay with this person because it's safe. Okay. So let's see. Number 5 is lesson you will learn, which is the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords in reverse is, let's see, strife and logic in reverse. So major anxiety, hope, despair, sleepless nights, constant stress and worry, feminine related problems, reaching out. So there's a point of, there's a lot of things going on. Or if you're not in a relationship, you feel like if you were to pass away or something, you're going to be leaving your kids with nothing, or kids won't be able to fend for themselves, or there's going to be other things that happen within the family that are caused by your death or your situation or whatever's happening with you. You know, with my mom, she's going through surgery tomorrow, so I'm just like freaking out too. But yeah, you're kind of thinking about all this stuff. You're thinking about, oh, if I don't marry somebody, what if something happens to me? They need somebody that will take care of them. I feel like your kids are probably on the younger spectrum of, you know, children. They're probably like 1, 2, maybe the oldest is probably about 12 years old, if I had to, you know, think about it. But it's like you need somebody in case something should happen, because maybe you got some bad news that you might be kind of going through a lot of different things, and there might be some like very dangerous related illnesses or diseases that you have, and you're kind of like, oh, I hope my kids are going to be okay if something should happen to me. Because usually when you go through that realization, like, everything's fine and dandy, and then something bad happens, and then you're thinking the world is going to collapse in on itself. So, I understand that. My mom's Chicken Little in this case. But, yeah, my mom's pretty cool, but at the same time, she worries about me and my brother. We're both 30. We kind of have a grasp on the world as a whole. We help her pay her bills. We help her do this. But we always wanted our mom to kind of have some, you know, independence from us, because raising kids as a single parent is not easy. But yeah, I feel like you're kind of on the same level as my mom is. She's Chicken Little. She's like, oh my gosh, my kids, like, we're fine. We're like having pizza at home, and she'll still worry about us, you know, as soon as she gets home, you know. But yeah, I've gone through a lot with my mom, where she had surgery when I was like 7. And then she's having surgery tomorrow to check a different part of her, I think it's stomach. They have to get like a thing to check her stomach or whatever. But yeah, it's an invasive surgery, so I'm kind of nervous about it. But yeah, I feel like you're kind of going through the same thing. You're chicken littling it, as I call it, where you worry about everything under the sun that could possibly happen to you or your kids and your family in general. So you might be in a relationship that's kind of not what you wanted it to be, but if they're for your kids and you kind of want your kids to be safe and secure and have somebody that will take care of them like you do, and make sure that they grow up to be good people. I feel like that's kind of why you're in a relationship. You might not be happy in the relationship all the time, but you want somebody there that's going to say, hey, I'm going to step up and take care of the kids if anything should happen, that type of thing. And that's why you're in a relationship with somebody that's kind of what you want and kind of not what you want. So you get along with your kids, and that's the only thing that you're looking at right now. So anyway, number 6. Number 6 is going to be the gift you give yourself, which is the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands is work in business. So having your suspicions justified, resilience, not being easily fooled, feeling prepared, grit, last stand, waiting until the time is right. So it says work in business, but I do feel like it's a point in your own relationship where you're kind of having to look at everything. I don't feel like it's like, oh my gosh, but it's, you're gonna probably have a family meeting about what you feel like needs to happen and stuff like that. Yeah, usually like a family powwow or whatever. But, yeah, you're trying to get everything secure. And, I did channel something that was kind of off in left field, I thought, for the reading. There's intellectual property. I feel like you might have something that somebody else took, or kind of put their name on it, or took it as, what would be considered copyright infringement, or, sampling, infringement. But, yeah, there is something like that, where it's something that needs to be talked about. You're probably going to have a fight about it, a family meeting about it, a lawsuit about it, and a lot of other things happen because of it. But at the same time, I feel like you're also going to try to make some intellectual property that has royalties to it. And I would always encourage people, if you made an original thing, to have it plugged in as there's royalties connected to this. You have to pay me for using this. You can use it as much as you want on every song you want, but make sure that you have royalties on it. So then if it's sold or used or it becomes famous, you do get a little bit of a cut of the beat or the sampling or the register sampling of whatever you made, okay? So then there's no touchy, bassy kind of, oh, I'm going to do this. And then you kind of have to compromise on whoever made lyrics, which is bullshit. If they make lyrics, they get royalties for their lyrics. If you made the sampling, you get royalties for the sampling. And that's like that for books, TV, actions, agreements, I think games. Some people do the same type of games and get paid, but nobody really has the copyright infringement stuff done. It's a weird situation. But anyway, Capricorn, I feel like you're gonna figure out your situation pretty fast. I feel like this is just a concern for right now, but I feel like everybody's gonna have to weigh in that's in your immediate family and kind of come up with a solution to a problem, okay? Anyway, it's like every journey, sometimes you need to take a pit stop and you need to kind of, see where your bearings are. And I feel like this is what's happening to you this week, Capricorn, but I feel like everything's going to be alright, okay? It just has to be talked about, and you need to find a solution or a compromise, which could be hard at times, but I feel like if this is one of your ideas that's successful, I feel like you can make other ideas that will be successful as well, okay? Anyway, thank you, Capricorn, and I will see you in the next reading, alright? Later.